Assalamualaikum and have a nice day. My name is IKHMAL bin AZIZ. Today, me and my group member, which is DEVAKARAN anak lelaki RAKU, ELIA HANI ZULAIKHA BINTI SHAHROL HISHAM, and LING, want to explain about our project assignment, which is solar bottle bulb. For identify problem, nowadays there are rural residents who have to go through a dark atmosphere, especially at night due to the use of limited electricity supply facilities. Therefore, the use of solar energy have been chosen over electrical installation as they are prevalent in place. Considering that electricity bills are getting more expensive, especially during the period of the Movement Control Order, which is MCO, that is implemented. This is because all family members do activities at home all the time, so it is not impossible that your electric charge goes up suddenly.
There is some of rural area in Malaysia has no access to electricity. Rural electricity systems are typically more expensive to establish than urban schemes due to the high expense of delivering the service in unpopulated, distant locations with rough terrain and low consumption. There are a lot of poor people out there who still cannot afford to live in places that cannot access free natural lighting because the buildings are built very compactly and closer together. This community cannot afford to pay the price of electricity and rather burn kerosene lamps indoor and have an uncomfortable surrounding. They avoid using a light bulb because of the high cost of living that they cannot afford it. In Malaysia, there are still people who cannot afford to pay for electricity due to financial problems. This problem with electricity supply can be solved by introducing community programs in rural regions that use electricity supply by solar panels. Solar energy has become the main source and has been improved drastically. This technology do not create pollution in the environment. It has so many positive and indirect effects on the environment when the energy source has been replaced by solar energy. This energy is obtained from sunlight and can be used to generate electricity or heat. It can reduce the energy bill and create our electricity. This can help users to save money without paying the price of electricity.
To solve the problem of no electricity in the poor families with an engineering solution, we can do a solar bottle bulb to get the light from the sun. This is a sustainable lighting initiative aimed at providing eco-friendly solar bottle bulbs to needy areas worldwide. Although this environmentally friendly bulb can only provide daylight into a living area during the day, it has a significant beneficial influence on the life of impoverished people since it is affordable, easy to find, simple to install, and most importantly, sustainable and eco-friendly. A solar panel is mounted beside the bottle bulb to charge the light for nighttime usage. During the day, the solar panel generates enough power to charge the battery, and the light may be turned on if necessary. LED will first wire inside plastic bottles because they can reflect more light. The advantages is that it may be used both during the day and at night, but is more expensive than the solar bottle bulb and requires the maintenance.
Non-engineering solution. Malaysia has a population of 28.3 million people, and based on the statistics for 2021, 3.8% of them live below the poverty line. Approximately 71.3% of the Malaysian population are settled in the urban area, whereas 28.7% live in the rural area. Due to the high cost of distribution and associated transmission loss, grid power supply in rural areas is not economically viable. Therefore, there are few non-engineering ways which can be used to overcome the issue of lack of electricity in rural areas. One way to get the community support to raise funds would be by having campaign in urban areas. Youngsters can also take effort to form a small non-governmental organization to bring this issue to politicians and people of higher caste. An innovative idea would be to get the kind of collaboration of the electricity companies. This way, electricity supply would be stable and easily accessible to all the people there. They wouldn't have to have the hassle of living in the dark or suffering the detrimental consequences of having constant power cut. Next, rural electric cooperatives also can play important role in overcoming this issue. Rural electric cooperatives are often sponsored by bigger organizations such as Malaysia Rural Electrification Board, where they provide this rural area with small localized off-grid solution. Finally, extending the grid to rural industrial or commercial users may boost economic development by raising income that can be utilized to keep rural consumers' costs reasonable and also expanding power to the poor and servicing paying rural users.
Sustainable Development Goal on Energy SDG 7 is to guarantee that everyone has access to affordable, dependable, sustainable and contemporary energy. About 1 billion people around the world cannot access to electricity. 3 billion people still rely on burning wood, coal or animal waste for cooking or heating. Throughout SDG 7, the countries may hasten the transitions to a more affordable, dependable and sustainable energy system by investing in renewable energy resources, emphasizing energy efficiency practices, and implementing clean energy technologies and infrastructure. Therefore, with the SDG 7, it can help the poor families that could not access to electricity.